Audrey, I'm ready for a vacation, girl.
Costa Rica is calling all of my syllables.
I've actually been trying to go to Cancun for the longest. I just want to eat the authentic taco that has the pork and the pineapples. I used to work right across from Chelsea Market, and that taco was life. Funky.
No, I'm serious, y'all. I think I'm really gonna go to Costa Rica in July.
Let's do it. You about to buy my ticket?
If my father could send me my
I cannot keep it to myself. God been too good to me. This is no secret. I cannot keep it to myself. God been too good to me.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Wagwan.
You know, thanks again for journeying with us. If this is video 3, that means a lot. This channel is all about connecting the voice of our sisters and our brothers too. You can totally watch via worship, period. Yes, worship, healthy conversation, lifestyle things. If you're wondering what happened to our second video, there was some technical difficulties there. That video had to come down ASAP. No Rocky whatsoever.
No Rocky.
ASAP. So you didn't miss too much. We're just continuing to share little things about ourselves, how we got here. We briefly shared how our parents are immigrants. They came to this country at 18. They met in college. There were some 3 key tips that you can learn from their story. Basically, 1, you have to take risks in life. 2, don't underestimate the power of friendships and their divine connection. Yeah. Their ability to bring you to your divine connection. My parents met via friends, so I'm always gonna vouch for friends, to meet friends. And then thirdly, fight for your future. It doesn't have to be your relationship. In my parents' case, that was their situation. But yeah, fight for your goals, fight for your future, no matter how tough the tough gets going. All right, now today we actually want to focus on a very special relationship, ours. Ooh. A lot of people who know us, they always, it's so thoughtful of them to say they acknowledge that our relationship seems perfect, very cookie cutter, like we never fight. The truth is we had to be very intentional about that. Our relationship didn't always start off that way. In fact, when little Audrey was born, my dad strategically had each of us kids born 3 years apart. When Audrey was born, me and my brother Wesley, we had already been rocking out for 3 years. So when Audrey came, it was kind of just like, okay, cool. We're still gonna play toys. This one has to earn it before she can, be a part of our crew. She did earn it. One day she said something really funny in the car, and me and my brother laughed so hard. We were like, you're in. But the truth is she wasn't. It was still many years of picking on her. We would tell stories that would just make her cry sometimes. Yeah. Really weird. Me and my brother, we were so mean. I remember I would make you cry sometimes, just playing jokes and tricks on you, and I'm just like, Camille, sometimes I feel like what? I'm so nice to her now because I feel guilty about the way I was in the past. Who knows? But let me tell you, the tables have turned. This one now bullies me.
No, I don't.
Number 2, I don't like to admit this. This is the last and only time I'm gonna admit this, but Audrey can actually beat me up. When we sometimes get into play fights that go too far, maybe I hit her a little too hard for her liking, I can just tell, this look gets on her face, and I know she's gonna come after me, and I've become like Marlon from the Wayne Brothers, and I'm running and I'm screaming, pitch, all about the pitch, right? And then when Audrey gets me, like I can see it in her, like the rage is there. she'll start like twisting my arm, and I'll start screaming like Marlon, right? And then she'll just get to a point where like almost like in her mind she's just looking at me like it's not even worth it. Take care of yourself, like, because she knows she can like. God just made this woman strong. She's strong, but
actually, it's funny. My name means strength. So physically, I think that was always like an insecurity of mine. Like just like naturally, I can show like definition easier, like in my arms or like shoulders or any area. But I just know like my name means strength. So like I feel like God physically gave me a body to like hold strength, and on top of that, like actual strength when it comes to like whether like lifting or like stuff like that. And by the way, my strength comes from the Lord. So my strength is actually like my strength is actual weakness. Like I'm so weak that's what the strength you're saying is my weakness. So
dang, so Christ, when Audrey's beating me up, that's you though. Okay, I'd be asking for it. Like I'll hit her really hard. I've done crazy things. Okay, sorry. Let's talk about our relationship, right?
Relationship.
So relationship goals.
Relationship.
It didn't always start off so pretty. Like I actually have a few stories of my past that I'm not proud of. When I was younger, like elementary school, middle school, even a little high school, where it was very obvious that we weren't as close as we are now. I'm gonna briefly just share them to be transparent. I remember one, Audrey was running away from me. I think we were in elementary school. She did something really silly, really dumb, and I didn't like it. I was so angry. Shorty tried to run down the stairs away from me. I grabbed her by the hair. Oh my goodness, like I could have really hurt her. I grabbed her by the hair, like in midair, she was running. I said, no. Yes, we're just gonna skip there. She didn't get hurt, but that was a low moment for me. I look back like, dang, I could have hurt her.
She could have hurt me.
I
could have had 2 broken legs, 3 collarbones, when I only need 2.
Also, there's footage of me having an exchange of a few words for Audrey after, again, she did like a little sister thing that really upset me, irked me, and my vocabulary in that video, I'm just not proud of it. I remember things like that, and I look back and I'm like, we've come a long way. She had a few words for me too, but I'm supposed to set the example, you know? And then like other stuff, like we grew up really humble, like we shared a bed longer than women should share a bed, you know? So sometimes like we would get into fights at night. I remember just like, you know, sometimes as a kid, those fights get physical. And I just remember like, if I ever made her cry because of a silly fight that I can't even remember, it's just like, again, dang, I'm the big sister. I need to set the example and keep my composure. So we've found that balance now, but I'm just sharing those stories to show that we're real sisters. If you're watching this and you're like, dang, they always seem so perfect and giggly on camera. No, it was a journey.
And so, like Camille said, it's so funny. Yeah, like my brother and my sister used to like bully me, like legit. Like I remember they would play with, so we had like a bunch of toys. We were really blessed. And I remember they would play with toys and they'd be like, you can't touch our
Seriously,
toys.
She wasn't funny enough.
I was not funny enough. I literally would tell jokes and and Camille would just be like this. Anywho, will we get the nuggets yet? So LOL.
But now she's the funniest one. So funny.
I feel like God increased me. God increased me. But a story where I wasn't so proud of like me and Camille's relationship, like this is real talk, like this is not fairy tales and sprinkles, was when I got in a fight with her best friend. It was really real. Like it was a real fight. Like I'm talking real. And so I got in a fight with her best friend, and in that moment, I was not proud of myself for getting in a fight with her best friend. And secondly, I was really hurt because Camille was just so into her. Let me tell you something about Camille. Camille's always into her own world. She loves people, but Camille could really get in her own zone. Like when Camille's in Kemi Mohica mode, She's in Mojica. She's in Cancun. Don't try to call her. Your calling card will not reach her. Okay. And so I was in a fight with her best friend, and I think Camille might be on MySpace, but she was on YouTube listening to some song, and she's over there like, oh wow, okay, like nothing happened. So that was a moment I wasn't proud with my own character, and then on top of like my sister not supporting me either.
And I agree, because the way I stand up for her now, well,
different.
You can't touch this woman. So it really shows how far we've come. That I'm not proud of that either. That I think I even laughed off that scenario. I remember the fight, and I think the one watching this video remembers the fight too. But it's all love. We're all grown now.
Yeah,
that's childhood stuff. Like, say that's childish.
Childish.
We grew out of it.
That's childish.
It was tough. Like on my side of the fence, it was like I was the older sister, and Audrey, if it was a sleepover I had to go to or was invited to, Audrey had to come. And it's like she would get this grit on her face, like when she knew like I didn't want her to come, but then my dad said I couldn't go to the sleepover unless she came. Some of my elementary school friends would tease me like, here's Camille, I bet she has to bring her sister again. And it's so funny because half the time I didn't mind her coming along. It was the reaction of my friends that built this distance and resentment towards each other.
Yeah.
How did you feel in those moments when you just had to come to that sleepover? Did you really miss me, or did you want to torture me?
Honestly, in those moments where I had to be where my sister was, because like, you know, having African parents, really strict, like you can't go to sleepover without all 6 of your siblings pulling up together. Like if you go one place, you gotta have all your brothers with you and sisters.
Jimmy, Louis,
and you might have to invite your auntie too. So how I felt was, I don't think I minded, because I always looked up to Camille secretly. And so like anytime I got to see her inside crowd, like her friendships, I think I secretly always wanted to be there. Like it was never a drag. It was more like, oh my gosh, I feel like the cool kid.
But that, like, did you really have that feeling of, oh, I don't want to sleep by myself, I'm scared without Camille, that kind of thing? Was that a real thing, or was it just the hype? Like, she has plans, I don't.
It was like, I want to be there. I'm trying to be there.
I'm trying to be there. Simple.
I'm trying to be there.
I get it. So the story gets better. So I went to Nyack College, and a miracle happened after that first year. I think, you know, they say distance can make the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
I came back and we just got close, like peanut butter and jelly. I actually missed her. Anytime, I remember one time you visited me on campus.
Yeah.
I missed her so much. I was so happy to be around her. We were making jokes. I realized she was funny after all. She needed time alone to work on her craft. I don't know. But we started to become more and more alike and genuinely like each other, in addition to love. And that just grew, honestly.
It just grew. It really just happened. It's so weird because we really weren't best friends when we were younger. I'm telling you, like 6th grade, middle school, high school, like I was like, there goes Camille missing the bus again. Like, we
didn't know loyalty. Like, she actually later, she went through things, and I look back like, dang, I don't even think I was there for you. Just lost in my own world, middle child problems. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But actually, my favorite memory was my sophomore year, was it junior year, over the summer. I came home and we were so intentional about hanging out. We had it down to a science. We worked out at least 3 to 4 times a week, at least 3 times a week.
I remember we did some 2-a-days.
You can't lie.
Yo, seriously. I remember we would either run outside then go to the gym to lift. Like that was our 2-a-days. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Amazing.
Not like, okay, this is real.
I remember even this routine was like clockwork. Like after a workout, we would both take our showers, flip on. She got me hooked on Bad Girls Club. Audrey's always been into the Kardashians. Like that's where the Lord used to deliver her. But she got me hooked, and like, yes, it was ratchet content, but as sisters, we enjoyed that together. We would get a little healthy plate and just enjoy like it's just silly content that we're thankful that we can't relate. But
It's funny. I used to watch a lot of reality TV back in the day, and like now when I look back, I'm like, I can't watch half the shows I used
hard.
to because it's like there's no love there, and I'm like, oh wow.
we make room for the Kardashians,
Yeah.
like everyone else. That's
yeah.
just a guilty pleasure. They just so crazy, relatable, yet next level. Like I still can't relate to, even though I can relate to. Yeah. Tropical smoothie Fridays. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
fire.
We used to make a lot of homemade smoothies. Like we would be so dedicated that we would only eat grapes after we worked out. I remember bananas. Like it would be like 6 o'clock, and it would be like, okay, it's 6. We can't eat past 6. Okay, I'm gonna have these grapes only. And there was a whole nice pepper soup sitting in the fridge for me.
Yeah, we were just intentional. We've actually set up some healthy mechanisms that actually prevent us from having fights that could easily escalate. I think a lot of people who've seen us in person say that we fight like we're in court.
Yes.
But it's like some of these like one, if we're just not here.
Yeah.
Here. Short and sweet, we end it like different opinions, okay? Different opinions. It's really okay. Another thing we do is if one of us is just really in our feelings and we can just sense that, we'll just go, you know, I'm sorry that what I said made you feel this way. It may not always be sorry for what we said, but just the acknowledgement of the other person's feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just really try to be considerate. Like, I always say like me and Camille's relationship, I feel like it's really prepared us for like that bigger commitment in a deeper relationship, which could be marriage or adults or just any type of deeper relationship. Maybe if you're running your own company, how you talk to your employees, any type of relationship that's gonna hold you deeply accountable. And so one thing that we've really worked on is just communication. Like me and Camille really communicate, and it's like this: A plus B hurt me, and this is how you made me feel. The other person responds, I understand. And so like people can like we really really like communicate every little thing that may have ticked us off or rubbed us the wrong way, and we make sure to speak to understand and not speak to only hear ourselves.
So good.
So this took a process for us to learn. I think like many years.
That's basically what we can get from this video. If you have a sibling and it seems like you guys are just going at it, hang in there. If there's anything, Hank. If there's anything you could take from this video is just be intentional with spending time with one another, and as Audrey just said, having honest, thorough communication, even if it makes some discomfort in the room, even if the conversation is not always comfortable. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back again for another video. Hopefully, have faith. We're gonna keep getting better.
Comment below how many siblings you have. We want to know, like, is your family big, small? Like, we want to know.
Especially with a sister. Like, this channel's from sister to sister, so we gonna shout out to you special ladies first.
Myself, God did so much for me. Hey.
Are you done?
He delivered me. No, I'm not done. He delivered me. He delivered me. The Lord delivered me. He's my deliverer. He's my deliverer. This is actually no jokes. Like, he's really my deliverer. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Keep singing.
He's my deliverer. Like, I
was getting salty. Like, when she stopped talking, and I realized, like, oh my gosh, she's my deliverer.
He's my deliverer. He's my deliverer.